What has two horns, a set of hooves, and bat wings? I'll give you one hint, it's definitely not from New York. Tonight on Midnight Cryptid Club. Hello everyone and welcome to the Midnight Cryptid Club. I am your host, Natalie Rose, and before we start, you already know what to do. If you're not a member of the club just yet, hit that like button for me and be sure to subscribe because we discuss a different monster every Friday at midnight. Today, we are diving into an all-American cryptid classic. We're talking about the Jersey Devil. Also known as the Leeds Devil, this legendary creature has been around for a long time, and the stories surrounding it are absolutely crazy. So without further ado, let's get into it. Our story begins all the way back in 1735, around the Pine Barrens area of New Jersey, where a woman named Deborah Leeds, also known for our purposes as Mother Leeds, was getting ready to give birth to her 13th child. Word around town was that Mama Leeds was tired, and I can only imagine having 12 children. And Mr. Leeds was more interested in downing whiskey at the bar than helping her care for the little ones. Upon finding out that she was pregnant once again, apparently she cried out, "Let this one be a devil." Mother Leeds got her wish. As she labored, a storm rocked their home in which they lived. She had forgotten all about her previous exclamation months prior. Her children huddled together in one room as she and a group of midwives delivered the baby in another. By all accounts, the baby was born a seemingly normal little boy. However, that would soon change. Within minutes, the baby began to shift. What was once a beautiful newborn baby boy began to transform into the stuff of nightmares. The wailing infant began growing at an incredible rate. Horns sprouted from the top of its head and talons tore through the tips of its fingers. Leathery bat-like wings unfurled from its back and hair and feathers sprouted all over the child's body. Its eyes began glowing bright red as they grew larger in the monster's snarling face. The creature savagely attacked its own mother, killing her, and then turned its attention to the rest of the horrified onlookers. It tore the midwives limb from limb, maiming some and killing others. The monster then knocked down the door to the next room, where its own father and siblings cowered in fear and attacked them all, killing as many as it could. Those who survived to tell the tale watched in horror as the beast sprinted up the chimney and flew out, leaving a pile of rubble in its wake. The creature escaped into the darkness and desolation of the Pine Barrens, where it's lived ever since. In January of 1909, there was actually a week of sightings that rocked the area. Lots of parallels to our week of terror in Van Meter just a few years earlier. Early in the week, reports started emerging from all over the Delaware Valley that strange tracks were being found in the snow. The mysterious footprints went over and under fences, through fields and backyards, and even across the rooftops of houses. Panic immediately began to spread, and people formed groups to hunt the creature down. Fear grew even greater when it was reported that some bloodhounds actually refused to follow the unidentified creature's trail. Schools closed or suffered low attendance throughout lower New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. Eyewitnesses spotted the beast in Camden and Bristol, and in both cities, police actually fired on it, but didn't manage to bring it down. A few days later, it reappeared in Camden, attacking a late-night meeting of some social club, and then apparently flew away. Earlier that day, it had actually also appeared in Haddon Heights, terrorizing a trolley car full of passengers. Witnesses claimed that it looked like a large flying kangaroo, which we'll touch on later. Another trolley car full of people saw it in Burlington. Then it scurried across the tracks in front of their train car. The monster reappeared later in the week in Camden again, where a local woman found the beast attempting to eat her dog. Apparently she hit it with a broomstick and it flew away. She's pretty brave. During this time, it's actually rumored that the Philadelphia Zoo posted a $10,000 reward for the creature to anybody who was able to bring it in. Now we are left with that ever-burning question. What the heck is this thing? The monster has been described as having the head of a dog, face of a horse, large leathery wings, antlers similar to those of a deer, a forked reptilian tail, intimidating claws, and the body of a kangaroo. Which, guys, okay, let's just take a minute. Do we know what a kangaroo looks like? Because, thinking back on how many things people thought were kangaroos, the Van Meter Visitor was maybe a kangaroo, Enfield Horror was allegedly a kangaroo. I don't know. What do you think a kangaroo looks like? Because I would not say that it's that. Or this. But, whatever. If our Jersey Devil situation were real, we could take some of these animals to paint a picture of what it could look like. The height of the creature varies greatly, actually, with some claiming it to be taller than the average man, and others putting it at a mere 3 feet tall. Likely, the hooves on our friend the Jersey Devil would be closer to goat hooves instead of horse hooves. Goat hooves are cloven, so that means that they're split in the middle, into two main parts with a flexible sole for gripping. They can use their independent toes, and sometimes dew claws, for incredible balance and traction, whereas horses have a single hoof that's better to support their weight and facilitate speed for sustained locomotion. If the beast is often seen on its hind legs, upright, cloven hooves would allow for that better balance that it needs. The goat features would also explain the horns, or antlers on the creature's head, as well as its horse-like face. The large wings on the creature would likely be similar to the bat wings that we discussed with the Van Meter visitor. Even though some have claimed that the monster would have a reptilian tail, this guy seems pretty mammalian to me, so I think bat wings are the right comparison. Sightings of this Garden State monster have not stopped. One eyewitness account from 1972 describes a woman making her way downstate when she caught a glimpse of something in her rearview mirror. She slowed to see what it could have been, and was shocked to make out the upright figure of a creature crossing the road from one side to the other, roughly 25 feet behind her car. The figure stood taller than a man by far and had thick haunches similar to a goat's, supporting its nearly human-looking torso and huge woolly head. Another man described a bike trip that he took in the late 1980s with some friends. Apparently, they did a pretty heavy amount of partying the night before, and the next day, when everyone was asleep, 3 of the group decided to hit the trails a little earlier than usual. They were about 100 yards away in the woods when their bikes stalled out. They tried to start up their bikes when suddenly from the woods they heard the most horrible piercing scream. Apparently it sounded inhuman, like something being tortured. Once back at camp, they asked everybody else if they had heard the screams earlier, and everybody said yes. Later that night, they headed into the local town to restock their party supplies. They went into a bar, and the biker ordered a drink, still in shock from what he had heard that morning. Apparently the bartender asked him, "Hey kid, what'd you see, a ghost or something?" After he told him the story, the bartender smiled and said, "Looks like you met our little friend." Then, he took the biker out back where he showed him a tin garbage can that was absolutely shredded to bits. It looked like it was made by something with 3 giant claws. The influence of the Jersey Devil is still strong today throughout pop culture. Jersey's hockey team is actually named for the creature. They are the New Jersey Devils, and the monster has appeared in countless books, video games, and movie franchises.
Guys, those first-hand account stories gave me the chills. I mean, just having so many eyewitness accounts over so many years, something has to be out there, right? What do you think? I'd love to know down below. Also, I definitely wanted to give a huge shout out to Weird New Jersey, who posted a bunch of these eyewitness statements that we referenced in the episode tonight. Be sure to give them a click from our source list down below and check them out. And that brings us to the end of our episode for today. I'll be honest, this has me rethinking everything I'm doing, like camping alone or outside that night. Oh boy. I will see you next week, hopefully. But for now, good night, sleep tight, and don't let the monsters bite.
Oh, sorry guys, it's midnight. Alright. Do you think I recovered?
Oh yeah, I think you're
Alright. Okay.